What's up, gamers? Welcome to Articulate, the podcast where I'm anything but. Almost completely forgot the intro there, and if you look at this, there's no censor bar whatsoever. Why can I not talk like a regular human being? So yeah, I cannot breathe at all, but I figured this would be way easier than like putting a massive sensor bar in my face and then going in like frame by frame to try to make sure none of my flesh is showing, which I'm still gonna have to do actually, because there's like holes on the side and whatnot. I don't know if it like looks good. I can't see anything. I can't like breathe. I hope it's picking up my voice. I hope this massive coat isn't in the way. I got this idea. I was really inspired by Chuppy Chew. I saw his video on making 52 songs in a year because it just popped up on my YouTube homepage and I was like, hey, this looks interesting. Look at this masked individual. I like those colors. It really feels like my ears are just out. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, whoa, that's such an interesting way to like cover your face and everything. He wasn't wearing gloves though, so I also like can't feel anything. It's just like complete sensory deprivation, except I can hear my computer and obviously I'm like breathing on myself, which is rather unfortunate. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, let's do a little mask thing. And I ended up overthinking it and trying to do like way more than I could. I was like trying to be resourceful and like good at making things and whatnot. And I ended up having to just throw on this massive coat that I kind of don't like. I haven't worn this in years. I put it back on. It looks kind of cool, but it's like stiff. When I like move my arm up, this moves up and the fit is really strange. I'm just struggling to breathe right now. If I stretch this, I can kind of see a little bit. I was trying to check how long I've been recording, but I don't know. I'm just gonna have to guess. And on the topic of masks, I suppose, is my ear fully exposed? No, I don't think it's even exposed a little bit. Yeah, before I saw that video, and I saw this a long time ago, actually, I had to like scour through my history to find out. I couldn't remember what it was called or what the guy's name was, and I wanted to like give him credit for being inspiring or whatever. I should probably crouch a little bit, right? I'm uncomfortable with the mics right there and I can't. I'm like gulping for air, dude. I don't think that's the thing I was trying to say, but I'm kind of like suffocating myself. What was I even gonna say, dude? I keep thinking that there are like these prerequisites in order to create things, which is kind of stupid because I created my channel at a time where I didn't have privacy. I would like barely squeeze in recordings whenever people were gone or other stuff. And there was one time when someone walked in on me and it was kind of embarrassing. Good thing I didn't have this massive glowing mic. Then I accidentally hit it. Hopefully that didn't sound horrible on audio. Hopefully this doesn't sound horrible on audio, right? Yeah, I had this tiny little lavalier mic, so I just like ripped that off, closed my computer, and I was recording on my PlayStation at the time, and then I exited out, and then they saw that I was recording and they started making fun of me. But luckily I changed the subject because I'm a genius, low-key manipulator, high-key genius, you know what I mean? Everything hurts. Not hurts, but oh, I should get back to the point I was trying to make. The prerequisites. I'm like, I can't really do that much stuff with like lore because I can't hide my face properly. I kind of have these like mask designs in my sketchbook and they're all really cool. I like them a lot. Some of them are like iconic mask designs, dude. They're gonna be pretty legendary stuff. And I've really started realizing that like I could, especially with the camera quality I have now. I just have my silly little Samsung Galaxy S24 or something. I understand I'm being like silly little whatever. That's like the newest phone almost. I think there's an S25 now. That would make sense. It is 2025 now. But yeah, I have that. But the camera quality isn't like, it's not cinematic, I think is what I'm trying to say. I think you can mess with the settings, kinda, which I will be looking into and I will be doing. But if it's not like the best of the best or like actually professional and legitimate, I kind of just don't really feel like doing it, which is probably not the mentality to have. And then I was like, you know what would be cool? And even, this would be like even cooler for the lore if I just made the mask out of like cardboard or something. You know, something goofy, made them out of like trash. So then they could be like Mark 1, like Iron Man. But also, I shouldn't turn my head. I don't even know what this looks like. I didn't even like test it on camera first. What was I saying? I could make them out of cardboard with the camera I have now. They'll probably show up pretty good. You know what that reminds me of? Making stuff out of cardboard and trash? There was that alien play thing. I don't know. I guess it would be a play that they did on like stage at a high school somewhere. And they made the helmets and like costumes and stuff really, really well. But it was all out of like literally like twigs and like wheels from little toy cars and stuff. And those things look badass, dude. You can make it look pretty damn good. So I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna wing it, try to make stuff look cool. Maybe start dropping some actual significant lore. Because for now it's just been like weird like cutaways that kind of allude to something a little bit, but no one gets it. It's like I'm making a niche reference of a niche reference that only I understand. It's been sort of nonsense cutaway things like, oh, look at this, I'm 14 and this is deep kid that just learned how to reverse audio in DaVinci Resolve. You know, that's the kind of vibe that it is. Although I'm getting pretty good at sound design and other things, I may be dying under this. How long am I recording? If I stretch this, I can see, oh my god, I can actually see incredible if I stretch it. 11 minutes? Yo, 11 minutes in this thing actually sucks. This is actually the worst experience of my life. I did not plan any topics whatsoever. I was like, mask things. I always feel like there needs to be prerequisites and there are like patterns to make masks and stuff, but I don't have a printer and I kind of live in the middle of nowhere. I don't think there's like a library anywhere that I can go print stuff. I mean, I kind of have access to a printer, but it's like, I have to like socialize with people and like ask someone that I know, like, hey, can you print this thing for me? And then they would ask about why I need like a mask template thing. And also I don't have anything to like join the pieces of cardboard together, so I'd have to do some weird thing, which I'm actually not a stranger to doing weird things. There's this, hang on, watch this. There's this cardboard thing here that is like, this is like solid. This is two pieces of cardboard that I joined together using almost like sewing. I don't know, I literally just got bored one day. You know how Amazon tape has that weird like plastic stuff in it? I ripped a piece of that out and it was like this long strand, and then I stabbed holes in both the cardboard things, and then I ran the strand through there, and then I connected the two things, and I'm like, wow, that like worked way too well. I don't know how I did that. I end up falling into these weird, like really good ways of doing things. I have these Raycon earbuds, and they're pretty alright. It's the old ones, because I know there's newer ones now. I think they're like dying a little bit, because they kind of disconnect randomly. There's this new thing that started happening where when I have one connected, the controls are kind of broken. This is gonna suck to edit, dude, because I'm just breathing really hard, and every like 2 words I say, I just have to take the biggest deep breath in, otherwise I'm gonna die. That was the longest sentence this whole podcast, probably. Oh my god, does it sound like I'm dying? Because I might be, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna do all that, and it's gonna be janky, and I really like janky stuff, dude. I'm a very peculiar individual. I hope the way I stand isn't like embarrassing for me. I'm gonna go in the editor. The first look, I'm just gonna be like, I gotta scrap this, dude. We're doing an audio only episode this week. Maybe I take it off for a little bit, bring back the censor bar, or maybe this is enough to do a podcast. Did I even say anything? I don't know if I did. Oh my gosh, it's been 15 minutes. It's so hot in here now. I've had to do an absurd amount of like kind of lore stuff, which is mostly my fault because I decided to. So when I moved away, I kind of like ditched the most important person in my life, and I've decided to start sending them lore videos, a little bit of an inside scoop before everyone else, which are just as incoherent as what I've been doing on my gaming channel. So there's a little bit more. I like do show my face in those. Maybe I'll put this down a little bit so I can make the sensor bar smaller, you know, after I've had a little bit of breathing time. I feel amazing, dude. You guys ever just like not be able to breathe for 15 minutes and then come back to being able to breathe normally? It's pretty great, especially under that massive jacket, dude. I do not like that thing. I need to get rid of that ASAP. Because I have lots of much cooler jackets now. I'm like unintentionally becoming a jacket collector. And also I don't have style. My style is like a graphic t-shirt, kind of skinny jeans a little bit. I think some of them are literally skinny jeans, but they're a little bit bigger. So there's like ruffles in them and they look cooler. So not skinny jeans in a lame way, but maybe a little bit if that's not your style. And so I'll just wear the most lame outfits and just throw on like a really cool jacket and then I'm perceived as cool by the rest of the world. So that's a pretty legendary life hack for you. What else was I talking about? Oh my gosh, did I even mention the Raycon thing? I was saying like I end up doing stuff really well a lot of the time on accident when I just like wing it. Also, I paint my nails sometimes, and the first time I did it, it lasted like 3 weeks. I don't know how I got that shit to last 3 weeks. I mean, it was like chipping and like falling apart by the 3rd week, but it lasted 3 weeks. And that's actually insane. Now it lasts like 1.5, maybe like 2 days before it just starts falling apart. Probably because I wasn't curing it properly, and I've actually stopped because I don't have the proper stuff to do it, which is kind of like what I was talking about earlier. But I can't get into that because we've probably gone on too long, even though it's actually Wednesday. I could probably talk quite a bit because I can edit this quite a bit since it's Wednesday and not like Friday morning or something stupid like that. Or like Thursday the night before or whatever, which is the same thing. Actually, my schedule's the worst. I think it's currently like 5 a.m. But it is Wednesday, so I have significantly more time than usual. But I'm still just gonna edit this and get it out. I've been meaning to edit the gaming video. I've had it majority of the way done for like a week and a half. Something absolutely absurd like that. And I just got stuck on some really good edits. Now I have to record myself like kind of screaming, which is really nerve-wracking when there are people around, kinda. Even though I'm like in the basement, I don't know, sound like doesn't really travel. There have been times where I will turn my phone volume on, I'll like kind of crank the volume and I'll leave my room. With the door closed, you can't really make out anything that's going on if you're at the door. Like literally right in front of the door. Although my phone speakers are like really good, surprisingly, which makes sense due to the fact that it's the newest phone. I don't mean to like brag about that, but maybe kinda. I've never really had the newest phone, so that's cool. I just happened to switch over and they're like, here's the newest phone. Why do they do that now? That's kind of weird. I guess it's not kind of weird, but I have to end this soon. So this has been Articulate with me. Every single juncture. I guess people probably just call me Juncture. I'm starting to suffocate again. Maybe it's been pretty noticeable, but I shall see you next week, I guess. So leave a comment, I suppose.